I want to take a moment now, and it's a quiet moment, and it's in part to honor those soldiers who lost their lives, and it's in part to put you guys into a space where I think we can continue on. So I'd like everybody just to take a moment and close their eyes. It might feel a little awkward, okay, but everybody's doing it. Now I want you to imagine yourself for a moment outside of the structure of this building. Take yourself away from the technology. Take yourself away from the seat. Take yourself away from all the things that are holding you. And put yourself into a natural setting. Walk through that natural setting. Start to fill your mind with the trees, the sounds of the trees and the birds, and the water trickling near. Soak it in for a moment. Okay, you can open your eyes. Okay. Now, this is the type of experience that First Nations people had every single day. Now, I'm not saying that it was all beautiful trees and sounds every day. A lot of hard work went into sustaining a life living off the land. Okay? But this is the type of structure you might have come across in this region. This is a wigwam. This is also the same shape as our sweat lodge. Who's been a part of a sweat lodge ceremony? This is one of our healing ceremonies. This is one of the ways that we reach into the womb of our mother, stand there. Maybe that's not the best way to say that. This is one of the ways we sit and acknowledge our mother. The mother who gives each one of us life. And there's so much knowledge that is gained from that. Only now, recently, has that knowledge been acknowledged in an academic setting. Now, archaeologists, they marvel at the lack of a carbon footprint left by indigenous people. And people often wonder, why is that? How is it so that great tribes, and I'm talking millions and millions of people, you've probably been told that we were just small, terra nullius, the land was bare, and non-native people came and found all these resources. Those are all lies. Those are all deceit in order to take those resources and profit from them. Okay. Experts of the earth knew where the resources were. And we were those experts. In my tribe, Anishinaabe, we have a grand medicine society called the VID00017. They were the masters of the earth and the knowledge of those medicines. So things like arrowhead, bearberry, Indian paintbrush, and green dragon. These are just some of the medicines found on the edge of this region, on the edge of the Carolinian forest, which is home to 100 herbaceous species found nowhere else on the planet. Did anybody know automatically what those things were? Okay. What do you think? That's great. How important was this knowledge? How important is this knowledge for our future? Can anybody say? we're also told that Anishinaabe people were illiterate. We're told that we had basically nothing. And that it's always the non-native people coming to help us understand, to help educate us. When in fact, examples like this, birch bark scroll, to me are symbols of an expertise of knowledge and a way to represent it using the natural environment. I mean, these trees weren't cut down in mass to make these scrolls, which some of examples of which are 1,000 years old. We had forms of literacy that I believe are far advanced, and we're only coming to understand those now because things like today, which are happening all around us, you'll notice, are becoming more accepted, which is so important. And the reason why it's important is because, and I'll use the words of an elder who came to the university and spoke. He's actually a Chief Justice. Google him, somebody. Murray Sinclair. He came and he said, it's not the fact that First Nations people, everything was taken First Nations people. Okay? Yeah, a lot was taken from us. It's things called historical loss. Coming to know your identity as an Indigenous person, realizing how much has been taken from you. But there's so much more to it, and that is the non-native people who are here. All that knowledge and goodness has been taken from you as well. Who is accountable for that? And these are the questions that I ask, right? These are the questions that I put out there to people, in those academic fields, which I'm going to be a researcher. It's great, I don't know. But, but these are the questions that I'm asking. Who's accountable for that? How could it be that this knowledge of our earth, the only one we have, has been taken or destroyed? But I'll tell you, I've seen it thriving. It's coming back. It's awakening. Those spirits are awakening. Everything natural in life forms as a circle. The best example I think of, and you guys will like this one because we all have them, are our eyes. Now I could go into a big philosophical thing about the eyes because I thought about it a lot. I'm not going to because that would take forever. Okay, but a bird's nest. Who's seen a bird's nest recently? I mean, there's other examples that are not exactly circle. But I'm told that our religion, and it's not a religion, it's a way of life, is the same as the birds. Ant mounds, bear dens, the human ovum itself, shells, seashells, turtle shells, trees, the circle of life itself. And most importantly, our earth. Our earth was square for a long time. And it was the center of the universe. Okay? We didn't believe that. We honored the sun and the moon and all the stars in our solar system galaxy. Elders play a significant role in my life. And as I go along, I'm going to share some of their words with you. And why am I doing that? They've empowered me. They've empowered me to stand here and speak to you. Without that, I would not be here. I could not be here. Our elders are wise and loving teachers who know our history and genealogy and who know about medicines and other herbs. They have a clear and useful understanding of community dynamics, practical psychology. We did not warehouse our old people, nor segregate them from the rest of their clans. What do we do today? Pardon? Nursing homes. I mean, who called one of their grandparents to... Yeah, that's cool. My grandma is this, like, one of my grandmas is this amazing woman. She is just completely neurotic, but I love her to death. She's helped me out so much. But just, if she was here, she'd be saying, oh, yeah, thank you. She's great. We have to honor our elders. And now I have to distinguish here between elders and old people. Elders lived a life that was dedicated to this knowledge, was dedicated to honoring that circle in every experience, in every conversation, in every raising up, putting you on the pedestal and keeping themselves down here. Giving, always giving. Seeing the sacredness of our water, the sacredness of our earth, the trees, our brothers. Our moon is Nokomis. The Great Spirit sent Nokomis to the moon to watch over her cycles. Okay, and if you think about it, I mean, this is ancient knowledge, right? This is acknowledgement of something that came a long, long time ago. And if you think about today what the moon does to the tides, you see the connection. And also every woman in here, we call your moon time is a sacred experience to be honored. You are the bearers of life. You are our best medicine. We also honor elders in our programming. In our 4th hour programming, we bring in elders to do openings, like at our peer mentor training. In our secondary peer mentor training, we have facilitators who go out and speak to Aboriginal youth, groups of Aboriginal youth. But we also train high school students, senior age high school students, to speak to those youth. But in order to train them, we bring in elders, we bring in community leaders, we bring in the drum as one of our teachers. And the benefit of that is those students, they feel empowered. It's a thing called enculturation. Google it. For those not paying attention. No, it's cool. Enculturation is acknowledging those teachings of your ancestors and living by them. I mean, in not so many words. I'm changing it around a little bit. But being empowered by that. I am. The knowledge of my ancestors is immense and complicated and complex, and I only have this much, if that. In fact, I know nothing. But that to me is empowerment. As also at these mentoring programs, okay, and these are fully structured. There's mentor manuals and also mentor training guides for educators. So any community in Canada can pick one of these manuals up and run the program. But it's a little more than that. It takes leaders. It takes leaders dedicated to acknowledging the power in that youth. Acknowledging that that youth holds the key to someone's future, maybe yours. Did you ever think that you might influence my life by the decisions you make? Don't look away. Somebody answered for you, you're lucky. Eve, every decision you make is interconnected with the decisions of all the other people on this earth. So how important is it to make good decisions? For me, and my beliefs, everything on this planet has a spirit. Each of you have a spirit. That's why I went around the room. I want